Okay, so let's talk about some of the Rammies that you were referring to. There's a lot of them here in Week 14. A lot of games where the odds with a win, much, much better than the odds with a loss. And all the teams are playing each other, are obviously doing the battle. So whenever you talk about tonight, Cowboys currently have a 35% chance of making it. You know, they got a hard road, especially with how they started. If they lose tonight, 8% chance. Now, what does that mean? That means like expected outcomes of future games that they would need to go different ways. And we all know how everything is at predicting it, but nonetheless, detrimental to the Cowboys' success this season if they were to lose to the Lions tonight. And for the Lions, they go from about a 60% chance to less than a quarter chance of making it. Colts, 88% where we're sitting right now. We got a lot of wins.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We got a lot of wins. We got a lot of wins earlier. And if we beat the Jags, it's good. If we lose to the Jags, we drop down to 58%. And then guess what? We got tough.
Still all
we
right.
got the San Francisco 49ers, and then we got Seahawks, and then we got the Texans again, and then we got the Jags again. Jags with a loss, 75%. With a win, 85%. Well, why are they sitting in such a good spot? Steelers, 65% chance because they won a lot of games early.
Yeah, a lot of tiebreakers.
They were winning games and all that stuff. They lose to the Ravens, which is a massive rivalry, especially in the AFC North. 18% chance going forward. Yikes. All the Steelers fans will be louder than they'd even already become. And then on the opposite side of that, the Baltimore Ravens fans have gotten pretty loud too about maybe not having a team that could win a Super Bowl this year. Currently sitting at 76% chance to make the playoffs. AFC North favorites, even whenever they were in a slump. Everybody had faith in them. They did not play great against the Bengals at home in primetime on Thanksgiving. If they were to lose to the Steelers at home, 31% chance of making it. And then Texans, 76%. They've been on a little bit of a run. It's a good football team. Number one defense in the league. A loss with 37%. And then the Chiefs, detrimental.
Yikes.
To everything they have. And who knows what the future conversation is if they were to lose to the number one defense in the league.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? So Houston Texans, everybody sees the Houston Texans and they go like, no, I remember they weren't good, remember? And then CJ Stroud was hurt and all this stuff. They're not a good team. It's like on the defensive side, they got a head coach named D'Amico Ryans, who is a freak show. Okay, he got the head coaching job because he was D coordinator for the Niners. And everybody talks about Robert Saleh whenever he was defense coordinator for the Niners and back being the defense coordinator for the Niners, having a good time and dominating everything like that, certainly warranted. D'Amico did the same shit there, and then he got the head coaching job back at the place where he played. And what he has created on the defensive side and what they have invested in on the defensive side is a problem. And the Colts obviously ran into this Houston Texans team this last weekend, but it is not a fun game to watch, the Houston Texans defense playing against your team. They are so good.
Yeah.
They are everywhere. They wrecked the game. And for the Kansas City Chiefs, they've kind of had some issues this year, you know. Have they figured that out? The Houston Texans defense will give us a big yes or no. And not only to the percentages, but I think for the eye test. Week 14's cooking here, Con Man.
Yeah, it's unbelievable, especially when you're talking about tonight. Like, the biggest thing is the primetime games always. Those are the most eyes. Texans, Chiefs being Sunday Night Football. Eagles, Chargers, which is a different conversation. But tonight with the Cowboys, like, we talk about the brand new Lions. The same old Cowboys would be a conversation if they lose, because everyone's finally like, hey, the Cowboys are great. They're great. They're great. They're great. Them losing kind of makes sense, but I personally think it is kind of a brand new boys.
Age, we got a great game, not only here, but on Sunday slate, we got great games all over the place. Like, meaningful football season is very much here, and there's a lot of ramifications on all of them. Let's start with tonight's game. Cowboys-Lions. Look at the projected percentages of making the playoffs with a win or a loss for both of these teams. We got a chance. We don't really for both of them tonight. Massive Rammies starting on this Thursday Night Football. What are your thoughts with the hot Cowboys and the Detroit Lions?
Yeah, I heard you guys going back and forth, and it's like, all right, I was leaning a certain way. I'm not going to lie, I was leaning Cowboys coming into the show. Now, Jahmyr Gibbs, he obviously gives me worry. I don't know how you stop that guy. But I would say before talking to Coach Mike, I'd still lean the Cowboys a little bit. I'll let you know by the end of the hour probably where I'm going to pick. But Cowboys are hot, man. Honestly, I feel like the Cowboys have something going. It's going to be very, very loud tonight, though. That place is going to be on fire.
That place is going to be on fire. Maybe we get a Jack White M&M performance. Just do it every time. I think we'd all welcome that, even though we know that would be a lot of work and crazy ask.
Or anybody, really.
So maybe anybody from Detroit. I
Posner.
think there's a bunch. Yeah. Put Posner up there.
Put Posner up
Need
there.
Posner.
Put Posner up there. Okay, so, but as we get back to this, Coach McCarthy, you know, just like Coach Pagano used to do, when they would talk about the game, it would sway us definitely. It would definitely sway both of us. You and I both see tonight's game the same way from what I just heard from you. Coach McCarthy's not going to turn his back on Cowboys tonight at all. He's going to only be gassing up what we think.
Yeah, he coached for the Cowboys, and the Lions are a former divisional foe. Come on.
He might take the easy way out. Good night for the silver and blue.
Yeah, so
that would be good. That would be good.
they
Good night
take
for
both
silver and blue.
teams.